Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. When you think of a Rolls-Royce Phantom, you imagine quiet confidence, effortless power, and that unmistakable presence that commands attention without needing to shout. But today, the car in front of me is something entirely different. This is the Rolls-Royce Phantom reimagined by ONYX Concept, and what they've created is nothing short of brutal luxury. It still carries the soul of a Phantom, but now it looks like it went to the gym, hired a personal trainer, and came back with muscles carved out of solid marble. This is the kind of car that makes you question what luxury really means, because this takes it to another universe. From the moment you see it approaching, the ONYX Phantom doesn't glide past like a silent ghost. It dominates the road like a moving monument. They've taken the already imposing silhouette of the Phantom Roman 8 and infused it with aggressive styling cues rarely seen in the world of ultra-luxury. The bold front bumper, the deeply sculpted air intakes, the sharper chin spoiler, it all gives the Phantom a sense of purpose and authority. For once, this is a Rolls-Royce that looks like it's ready to fight. But even though ONYX adds aggression, they don't take away elegance. Everything is balanced. Everything is symmetrical. Everything is crafted to enhance the Phantom's natural beauty. You still get the massive upright grille, polished stainless steel that looks like jewelry for the road. You still get the iconic spirit of ecstasy, but now it feels even more dramatic, sitting above a design package that transforms the Phantom from a gentleman's grand tourer into a boss-level statement car. Circle around the side and the details become even more impressive. ONYX has reshaped the side skirts to integrate seamlessly with the bodywork, giving the Phantom a lower, wider stance. It almost looks like it's hugging the ground, even though the famous air suspension still allows it to float like a magic carpet. Every line remains clean and uninterrupted, as if carved out of a single piece of obsidian. The sheer length of this car becomes even more noticeable, but instead of looking elegant and soft, it now looks intimidating, like a luxury yacht cutting through the water at full speed. The wheels are one of the biggest transformations. Rolls-Royce normally favors classic, understated designs, but ONYX throws tradition out the window and gives you massive forged alloys, deep concave diamond, cut surfaces with a presence so strong you can feel them even before they start rolling. Pair that with the ultra-low profile tires, and you've got a Phantom that looks ready for a runway photo shoot or a billionaire's private car collection. Move to the rear, and this is where ONYX really flexes its design muscles. The redesigned rear bumper is huge, sculpted, and muscular. It integrates new diffuser elements, giving the Phantom an almost supercar-like presence from behind. The quad exhaust tips, finished in either black chrome or polished metal, add a level of sportiness you never expect to see on a Rolls-Royce. It's almost dramatic, almost theatrical, but still refined. This is brutal luxury, but delivered with precision. Then you notice the small details, the carbon fiber elements blended perfectly into the paintwork, the subtle ONYX badging, the way every single modification looks like it could have come from the Rolls-Royce factory. Nothing is cheap, nothing is excessive. Everything is crafted with an obsessive level of perfection. That's the beauty of ONYX Concept. They don't just modify cars, they elevate them. Open the enormous coach doors and step inside, and instantly you're in a different world. Even though ONYX focuses mainly on exterior upgrades, the Phantom's cabin is already the pinnacle of luxury craftsmanship. But the way it blends with the new aggressive exterior creates a contrast that feels almost surreal. You're stepping from a purposeful, powerful, wide body exterior into a 6-star private jet interior. There's nothing else like it. The leather is butter, soft hands, stitched and perfect. Royce leather is famous for being sourced from bulls that live without barbed wire to avoid natural imperfections, and you can feel that level of care in every surface. The wood veneers are finished to a mirror gloss, with grain patterns so detailed they look like artwork. The lamb's wool carpets are thicker than most blankets. You don't sit in the Phantom, you sink into it, like being welcomed by a luxury lounge designed exclusively for royalty. The Starlight headliner is perhaps the greatest interior feature ever created. Thousands of fiber optic LED create a night sky above your head. Some owners choose constellations that match their birthdays. Others choose custom star maps. ONYX leaves this untouched because you just can't improve on perfection. When you're inside the Phantom with the doors closed, the silence is otherworldly. It's not just quiet, it's engineered silence where every vibration is eliminated, every sound wave absorbed, and every moment feels serene. But then you press the start button, and the silence continues. Rolls. Royce V12s don't start, they whisper themselves awake. The Phantom 6. 75-liter twin. Turbo V12 produces 563 horsepower and a massive 900 Nm of torque, but it doesn't boast about it. Power in a Rolls-Royce isn't delivered aggressively, it's delivered effortlessly. You don't accelerate, you simply choose a new speed and the car delivers it without drama. What ONYX adds isn't engine tuning, it's character tuning. The added presence, the lowered optical stance, the new aerodynamic cues, they make the Phantom feel different on the road. You're still floating, but now it feels like you're floating in something powerful, something with authority, something that makes every other car around you look like background decoration. People stare, people point, people take photos. This isn't a car that blends in. This is a car that becomes the main event everywhere it goes. On the motorway, the Phantom feels like a private kingdom on wheels. The ride quality is so smooth, it's almost unnerving. You can hit potholes, expansion joints, rough patches, yet inside your coffee won't even ripple. That's the magic of Rolls-Royce engineering. Combine that with ONYX's sharper aerodynamic visuals, and you get something that feels like the future of ultra-luxury. At low speeds, the Phantom glides with precision, the steering is light, the turning circle is surprisingly tight for such a massive car, and the brakes deliver slow, graceful stops. ONYX doesn't interfere with this behavior, they let Rolls-Royce do what it does best. Their philosophy is simple: enhance the look, not disturb the soul. Everything inside the cabin is about isolation and comfort. The audio system is so rich and immersive that it feels like you're inside a recording studio. The rear seats aren't just seats, they're thrones, with power reclining functions, fold-out picnic tables, crystal glasses, and the softest headrests in the automotive world. This is the kind of place where business deals are sealed, life decisions are made, and million-dollar ideas are born. But the exterior changes by ONYX give the Phantom a new type of personality. Strong, confident, commanding, almost intimidating. It now fits the lifestyle of someone who wants the world to see their success not just quietly, but boldly. Someone who wants the elegance of Rolls-Royce but with the unstoppable presence of a Maybach Warrior or a Brabus G-Wagon. It's luxury with an edge, power with grace, style with dominance, and let's talk about ownership. The Rolls-Royce Phantom is already a car for the elite. Very few people can afford it, and even fewer choose to modify it, but the ones who do, especially with ONYX, belong to a different class. These are individuals who don't just like exclusivity, they demand it. They don't want the Phantom everyone else has, they want the Phantom that nobody else has, a customized, handcrafted, individually sculpted masterpiece. Every ONYX Phantom is built to order, no two are identical. Their designers work with owners to create specific color combinations, wheel choices, carbon elements, and finishes that reflect the owner's lifestyle. Some choose stealth black. Some choose pure white. Some go for bold reds or deep royal blues. but every single one carries that brutal luxury DNA, posing powerful and majestic. Performance-wise, the Phantom doesn't need more horsepower. The beauty of the V12 is that it always feels unlimited. You can be cruising at 70 mph, touch the accelerator lightly, and suddenly you're at 100 mph without noise, without vibration, without the engine even raising its voice. It's a reminder that power doesn't need to be loud, it just needs to be available. But when you see the ONYX Phantom from the outside, its intimidation factor makes you expect something monstrous. The wide shoulders, the bold stance, the huge wheels, the sharp lines, it looks like a luxury tank. It is both a symbol of wealth and a display of dominance. Driving it through the city feels like an event. People move out of the way, pedestrians stop and stare. You don't just arrive. You make an entrance that nobody forgets. Even in places where supercars are normal, an ONYX Phantom stands out. It has presence you cannot ignore, and that is the magic of this build. Rolls-Royce gives you grace, ONYX adds grit. Rolls-Royce gives you elegance. ONYX adds muscle. Rolls-Royce gives you the world's finest luxury sedan. ONYX transforms it into a luxury statement with the charisma of a super luxury brute. Whether you're sitting in the back being chauffeured or driving it yourself, the experience is unforgettable. It makes you feel powerful. It makes you feel exclusive. It makes you feel like you own every piece of road you touch. This is a car that doesn't just transport you. It represents you. It tells the world who you are without you having to say a single word. And in the end, that's what the Rolls-Royce Phantom by ONYX Concept is all about. It's not just transportation. It's not just luxury. It's not just presence. It's a fusion of worlds, traditional elegance and modern aggression, timeless craftsmanship and bold design. A Phantom that refuses to whisper and instead chooses to speak with confidence. One of the most brutal luxury sedans ever created.